Hey, I'm Bear,
And I'm Michael the Wolfman Hart.
and this is Bear Heart. What's up, Mike?
Not much, Bear. How you been?
I've been pretty good. It's been a couple weeks since we did a podcast.
Yeah, I think it went well with Scott being here.
I was happy with how that went.
I was entertained.
It was a good time. I think I'd like to have him back on again at some point.
Definitely.
Be fun to pick his brain again, like knowing what he's walking into this time.
I don't even think that would matter with him.
Probably not. What have you been up to, man?
Same thing you've been up to.
Oh. Playing some guitar, trying to write some songs and getting frustrated.
Yeah, pretty much. Same thing.
Still working on that same song?
What song?
You know I'm going to bring it up every single episode until
I know,
you finally show it to me.
And Kenny is going to give me crap every time.
Mm-hmm. Good. That's how it should be.
No.
Yeah.
It's still a work in progress.
Okay. So you haven't given up on it?
No, I haven't given up completely on it. It's just that got some things happening in my life personally, so that's created a little bit of writer's block happening. So.
I understand that. I showed you the one that I started last week that that you wrote lyrics to, not knowing that I already had lyrics and a melody for it.
Son of a bitch.
But at this point, I'm pretty much giving up on it because I don't know where the hell to go with it.
That and Dirty 30.
Dude, that song is pissing me off. I mean, I sat here for probably a good hour and a half the other night just trying to come up with something, some way to transition it, some way to come into like either a verse, like a actual verse or a chorus or anything.
Even when we were trying it out in your garage last Wednesday,
yeah.
that was rough. I mean, anytime we just keep going back into what it was originally, and that's what we want to change.
Right.
I mean, we want to keep that intro, but we don't know where to go from there.
I don't have any clue where to go with it from there.
It's frustrating, dude. And I mean, we both have a lot of things going on in our lives. I mean, you just went camping this past weekend.
That was a lot of fun.
And then you've got a few other things coming up.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think we just need another night, like when we first started jamming, where we just pulled out guitars, pulled out paper, and just started going with whatever came to mind.
Yeah, I think that would be a fun thing to do. It's just, for me, like, we have so many songs started and so many, I think, good melodies for things. I don't want to wind up with, because already we're at like 30 plus songs that have been somewhat started. I don't want to wind up with 100 quarter songs, and then it's like, oh, well, we got writer's block again, so we'll just come up with something new. And 10 years down the road, it's like, well, we wrote 5 full songs.
No, and I get that. But as far as anything goes, I think that's when we write the best, is when we're having fun with it. When we start turning it into work, though, like, we're going to finish this song tonight, we got to, or whatever that case is. When we put our mindset into that gear, that's kind of what's causing some issues. So we really just need to have some fun and just play them and see what happens with them.
I agree.
And we need to be joking around and giggling like we normally do.
Yes, absolutely. That we do need to do.
Yeah.
But it's a hard thing to do when you know that you want to finish something, that you want it to be something that you're proud of, and you try to make it into something that you hear in your head, or you try to figure out how the direction of that song needs to go, and then none of it works.
Well, then what inspires you to keep writing? Or what inspires you to keep wanting to finish it?
Mostly I think it's the idea that I know, it kind of sounds weird, but I know the theme of the song, right? I know the story, and we kind of talked about it with Scott, and I mean, y'all kind of ganged up on me a little bit.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, just a little bit. But it's knowing what that story is, and knowing the emotion that you wanted to convey with it, whether it's happy, sad, emo, whatever. And I think that for me is probably the biggest motivator to keep working with things and not actually giving up on it. I mean, I will joke around and say like, fuck it, I'm throwing it away. I'm done with it. But in reality, I'm setting it aside, and then probably 2 days later, I'll come back to it.
But, okay, so let me ask you this. The recent song that you started, the one that I actually started writing lyrics to, because I like that rhythm a lot, and you've already stolen it, and you're like, nope, I'm taking this whole thing.
Yep.
What bolt of lightning hit your head?
Actually, it's an idea for a song that I've had for quite a while now, and I think I told you about it a while back. Mel had gone to El Paso with Savannah and her mom and dad, and I actually left work early to meet them in Ozona and drive back. Just because it was a long weekend and they were gone, and it was that kind of separation anxiety a little bit, and I was super excited to have them home, so much that I left work and drove halfway to El Paso just to pick them up and turn around and come home instead of saving gas and waiting for them to come home. So while I was driving out there, I had this idea for a song because on my way out, I thought I knew where I was going. I'd been out that way a bunch of times, and I thought I knew where I was going.
I'm a man. I've got instincts.
Right. I got this. And somewhere along the way, I made a right when I should have made a left.
I've done it.
Yeah. But it wasn't even...
Especially in West Texas, it's bad.
Well, but the thing is it wasn't even that bad because I went, oh, shit, I'm going the wrong way. So I looped around, and I got back on the highway, and then I didn't realize that the highway actually looped back. And so instead of going right, I went left thinking, okay, this is going to take me down onto 10, and then I'll go over into Ozona. Like, I was close. And it looped all the way back, and before I knew it, I was in Maynard. Not sure how. Maynard, not Manor. Maynard's close to Austin. No, I was in Maynard, Texas. Cool little fucking country town. But it was like...
What'd I do?
20 miles out of the way. I mean...
You know you got navigation, right?
Yeah.
You could have used that.
I did at that point.
To get back on track.
Yeah.
I don't need to ask for directions. I just ask my phone.
That's what I should have done to begin with. But again, I thought I knew where I was going. Actually, it kind of worked out. I ended up not having to wait in Ozona as long as I thought I was going to have to.
So at the point of the drive, heading out there, and everything else, did the song start striking you and coming into your head?
It was, and I can't remember what road I was on, but I was heading west, and I was going through all of these, for lack of a better way to put it or describe it, one stoplight towns, right? And so as I was coming up to each of these stoplights, and they were, miles apart, I started thinking about this, like, just how awesome, for one, that somebody would even do that, right? I'm leaving work early. I'm going to meet you halfway and drive you home.
Why don't you toot your own horn there, buddy?
Well, a little bit. A little bit. I mean, when I look back on it, I was like, that's actually a pretty cool thing. Like, there's not a lot of people that would do that. Maybe there is. I don't know. But the other part of it was how ridiculous it was. Like, she's going to be home in 4 hours. So why? Because they had already left El Paso.
You just wanted to go for a drive.
I think that's what it was. And I like driving. And I like driving through places that I've never been.
Oh, no. I like a good long... I need to do another cross-country trip or something like that.
Those are fun.
Those
are a lot of fun.
Unless you've got people in the car that need to pee every town.
Oh, yeah. Don't do a cross-country trip with me.
You got a weak bladder?
Not a weak batter, just a small
Batter.
one. Batter. Batter. I had catfish for dinner. It's on my mind. I have a small bladder, so I have to pee a lot on road trips.
Man. So
I also end up drinking a lot on road trips. Not alcohol, but I just, for whatever reason.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Unless crack open another beer.
Unless I'm in the passenger seat, I mean, then why not? That's what they
That's
what they
not
make
how that works.
gas station cups for.
Continue. He is a law-abiding citizen. He really is.
Most of the time.
God damn it.
No, that was my inspiration for the song though. It was like this. I'm doing this, romantic thing, and then at the same time, it's just crazy ridiculous that I even did that. And I think you're right. I think a lot of it is I wanted to go for a drive. Majority of it was I wanted to go see her, and I think maybe even a little bit of it's an adventure, right? I mean, life to me is an adventure. There's always new things coming up. There's always things to do, and for me that was one of them. I was driving, cranked up the radio, and
Now, let me ask you this. Were you listening to another song and maybe the melody of that other song kind of hit you to think of lyrics or a thought for the song that you're writing?
I don't want to say no because honestly I don't remember.
Your memory's so bad.
Oh, it's terrible, dude. I was telling my buddy today that I need to start taking some ginkgo or something. I've got some old man moments coming up, man. They're
Oh.
bad. They are so
The
bad.
great thing about that is I can tell you a bunch of stuff and then you'll forget about it. So,
Yeah, dude, it's always new to me.
yes,
Oh, really, dude? That's awesome. Yeah, I told you that
you're a
yesterday.
fucking asshole, dude. Oh wait, this is being recorded. Damn it!
Oh, that one I'll remember.
Foiled again.
That one I'll remember. No, I don't recall it being a specific song or set of lyrics that kind of triggered it. It was just going through these towns, and I was like, man, this would make a really good song. I mean, we were writing at the time, and so I was like, this would make a really good song. So I started coming up with a very simple melody and talking about, yeah, my neighbors are super super loud when they first get home. I think their dogs jump around a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're happy dogs.
Back to it.
But I had like a short, simple melody in my head, and I was just trying to come up with lyrics. And I wish I had wrote them down or recorded it or done something because I don't remember what those lyrics were. I don't remember what the melody was. I just remember driving, going like, dude, this is really good. I have to remember this. And then,
So, I mean, that's all my shower songs.
yeah, but you're pretty good at this point about getting out and either recording it or writing it down, or texting it to me. I mean,
I'm still in a bad habit of writing everything. I should just get like a voice recording app of some sort on my phone or get better at recording videos and just recording my voice. I miss so much.
yeah.
I get into a bad habit of writing it down, and then I go back and revisit it, and I'll read it off, and I'm like, I don't remember the melody I was using for this. I don't remember exactly how it went.
Yeah.
I know it was really cool at the time. I mean, I was belting it in the shower.
Dude, it's always really cool at the time. I've had a couple that I actually did record the melody for it and then forgot about it and found it on my phone months later and went back and listened to it and I was like, oh my God, that is terrible.
So my main point here is like, what kind of hits you to write a song or think of a song? Is it something that when you're listening to another song and music-wise, or is it just a feeling and it comes like lightning struck your brain?
It depends on the day, the hour. I mean, it could be anything.
The
for
moon
me.
aligned with the sun at the right moment, the stars opened, all that stuff.
Yeah, eclipses will do it too.
Oh, okay. Like the car?
No, not those.
Anytime you pass an eclipse.
Oh shit! I got a good idea for a song. No, it really just I don't know. It could be anything for me. So for that one in particular, the one that we've been talking about that I'm struggling with right now, it was an idea that was been in my head for a really long time, and I've never acted upon it. I've never sat down and went, okay, these are the way I want the lyrics to go. This is the way I want the story to go. This is how I want the rhythm to be. I mean, none of it. I've never thought about sitting down and actually writing it. And the other night I came up with that riff and I was like, okay, I like this. I like this a lot. I want to try and write lyrics and a melody to it. And that's what started coming out. And I went, oh, I know this song. Right? And it's not the same lyrics. It's not the same melody. But I already had that story in my head.
So something just happened. I just had a realization as you were like describing everything that all of our complete songs have been something that we sat down and wrote in one night. just about.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a couple that we revisited, but they were released already finished from a previous night. I think that we've gotten into like almost like a bad habit of like, oh, we'll record this and then revisit it later instead of just going with it and finishing it.
Finishing it, yeah.
Because it's like that's the whole thing. If you had something in your car at that moment to record the thoughts that were going through your head, and you probably did, you just didn't think about doing it.
Yeah.
And the same thing goes for me. It's like, I don't know why everything comes to me when I'm taking a shower. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's a common thing, though. I mean...
I have no clue, dude. I mean, majority of the cool stuff that I come up with, like, rhythm-wise, lyrically, it's just, you know, scrubbing my armpits, you know, washing my hair, and next thing you know, it's like I'm humming something. I'm like,
dude, I am sure, and I'd love to actually find something, but there's got to be some scientific study that relates like the de-stressing abilities that showers have to writing music. If there's not a study like that, there should be.
We should do it.
Okay. Yes.
We just got to watch hundreds of people shower.
I'll let you do that part.
Or we can just ask them if we can install video cameras.
Yes.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, no, that doesn't make it any less creepy at all. That's perfect.
I mean, I'll blur it out.
Yeah, after the fact.
Little sensor boxes.
Somebody has to go through and do the editing to put those sensor boxes
or they can
in.
just, you know, wear their swim trunks or something when they shower.
But wouldn't that take away from the scientific factor of it, right?
Yeah.
That becomes a variable. You know, somebody's not comfortable because they're in their swimsuit. And they don't, you know, it's not the full effect of a shower.
But you see, for me, it's not even. There are times that I get up in the morning and I'll have something in my head, and then it's just because of my morning routine. But it seems to come out more when I'm in a hurry. Like if I woke up late or something like that, or the dogs didn't want to get back inside the house after I let them out first thing, and now I'm in a rush to get everything done. It's like da-da-dun, 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 and I jump in the shower, and then something pops into my head. I'm like, oh, that would make a great song.
Okay.
But other times it's...
So I know what to get you for your birthday then.
What?
Yeah.
A shower cap?
No. Do you need a shower cap?
My hair is getting pretty long.
Why do you need a shower cap?
I don't know. It just sounded like a good birthday gift.
Okay, well I'll get you one of those too.
No, don't give me a shower
I'm gonna
cap.
buy you like 100 pack off of Amazon.
Oh my god.
That'll be my gag gift for you.
It's not much of a gag if I know it's coming.
You'll forget.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
No, I'm gonna find you a waterproof shower recording device. Just audio.
Why did that make me think of 3 Men and a Baby? Because it was because they the one time it was Ted Danzig was in that movie, and there was a part in that movie where he was taking a shower with the baby, and one of the other guys was trying to call him, and they all got paranoid and rushed home, so they installed a phone into the shower.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to get you a waterproof recording device, audio recording device. I'm going to specify audio every time I say that now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that way you can, you know, record your melodies.
Just hit play the minute I start taking a shower.
Record. Hit record.
Yeah, record.
Yeah.
One of those buttons.
One of those buttons.
I'll hit the wrong one each time.
Dude, I had this really, really awesome melody. Let me play it for you. Mike, there's nothing there.
Oh,
shit.
My bad. There's another song gone. It went down the drain.
That's why we need a soundboard, man. We need a ba-dum-ts.
Or
So what do you, I mean, okay, aside from being in the shower,
there's other times.
What is your main inspiration? What are your main inspirations for writing?
I mean, it comes to me at different times. I mean, another thing, driving. I've gotten into a habit lately of not listening to the radio or turning on my radio when I'm driving to work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where that came from. It's just like one day I decided just to stop listening to anything. And because of that...
Are we twins?
maybe.
Because I've been doing that a lot lately. And I don't know if it's just that I forget to turn on the radio.
It's not a forget thing. There's actually
or if
times
I just
where
don't turn it on. I mean, there's definitely been, like, I'm driving to work, and I realize the radio's off and go, oh, okay.
no, but there's been times where I got in my car, the radio was on, and I turn it down, and then just drive to work. I don't know why, but during those times, just driving to work, something will pop in my head randomly, and I'll try to find my phone. But you know me, like when I'm driving, I don't touch my phone. I don't do anything with it. So it's just like, try to remember this until I park. Try to remember this until I park. Oh my God, now I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Forgot the lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've done that. But, I mean...
Outside of that, I listen to a lot of different kinds of music. You know me, I've got a plethora of just different bands that I listen to and different genres of music.
Yeah.
I just don't listen to country. I just don't listen to punk rock. I just don't listen to ska. I listen to also like a lot of reggae, a lot of dub. I've been getting into listening to like symphony soundtracks.
Like classical music?
So it started off...
full orchestra.
Oh my God, I'm going to get so much shit right now for saying this.
Yeah.
So I started off with like listening to Star Wars soundtrack. Just the theme music and everything else like that.
Hang on.
They have full... Nope, don't.
No, because I'm going to mute your mic for the rest of the episode.
Shut your ass.
Continue.
Because there's nothing but shit coming out of that face. I started listening to that.
Fucking nerd.
And I'm allowed to listen to music while I'm at work. So
Right.
I don't necessarily like having things with new lyrics because then I'm trying to pay attention to the lyrics as...
I hate that.
So
yeah.
that's why when I asked you for... when I was looking for something similar to like Animals as Leaders, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted you to name off a couple other bands that were just instrumental because I can get through my workday and not have to worry about concentrating on lyrics. And I like a lot of just instrumental music. When I'm listening to that, I actually find myself coming up with lyrics sometimes. But and then after you showed me damn two cellos, oh my God.
Dude, those guys are awesome.
So I've been listening to that a lot lately.
Have you watched any other videos though?
I've watched a couple of the other videos, but I've been more into just listening to the music.
Yeah.
Because they do other like just they do classical music as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
I mean, I thought it was awesome. It's like, Thunderstruck and everything else like that. But they also do a Guns N' Roses cover.
They do all kinds of covers.
They've got a couple others. There's a song I cannot pronounce. It's like La Vida. I can't say it. I'll link it.
You are so white.
I know I am. But it's a really pretty song. The way they do it, two cello style. Oh my God, I loved it.
Yeah.
But I've been getting into a lot more classical music here lately.
I used to listen to a lot of classical music when I was going to bed. It's very hypnotizing, I guess is the word that I'm looking for.
You're very hypnotizing.
Thank you. No, it is, though. I mean, being high helps also. But, man, you turn out the lights and hopefully it's actually dark, no phone light, no battery charging light, anything like that, blackout curtains, and just you don't want to crank it, right? You want it to be just loud enough to drown out. It's white noise, right? It drowns out the ringing in your ears, it drowns out the thoughts in your head, and for me, I get lost in the music. So classical music, I totally understand.
Yeah, but I've been doing a lot of that lately when I'm listening to anything. And for some reason, that's been sparking some interest in like, oh, I want to write about this now. I want to write about this. And even the one I sent you a text, like that's more of a slam poem that I wrote.
Yeah.
But I'm writing a lot more again. So
good.
But those are kind of my inspirations when it comes to how I write music and everything else like that. So it's taking off all my clothes and jumping into a shower.
Yeah. And driving.
And
then listening to other music. So, okay. The thing is, though, I mean, I guess I would call that an inspirational situation.
Yeah.
Right? So what are just things that inspire you? Is it past life events? Is it looking at a tree in a certain way, standing in front of a lake, right? Seeing a car run a red light. Like, what are actual things?
A smile. Yeah, like that.
Like that?
Well, I can't see it because you've got the mic right there.
Was it creepy enough though?
Yeah, I
It was a
think
very
it was like a
delayed, yeah.
shadowy figure behind the spit guard thing.
Pop filter.
Yeah, I call it spit guard.
Pop.
Tweet.
Okay.
But
a smile. All right.
no,
It's
I can see someone smiling, or if I'm talking to someone and I say something funny, it makes them smile. I also think that I can write music or something else that can make somebody else smile. Even when it's my lowest of low times in my life, I always know that I can get somebody else to smile. And I like seeing that,
okay.
even though
So-
I write really depressing crap.
A lot of it has been recently.
I mean, it suits the mood, and as far as anything
Dude,
goes.
I think write it out, man.
But as far as that goes too,
that's what's in your head,
It
just-
also has an emotional response to others that listen to it.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about that in the last episode, and that I think it was the last episode when Scott was here. That the idea is that you're trying to invoke emotion.
Yeah.
And you want, whether it's, and I said at the beginning of the episode, whether it's happy or sad or angry, I mean, whatever it is, the words that you're putting out, you want them to resonate with someone in such a way that it does make them feel that emotion.
Another thing that kind of inspires me as well is like if I walk outside and it's a beautiful, like today was a gorgeous day.
God, today was a lake day, man. We should have been out on the lake.
Not with this beer. God, let me work on
I
this
don't
a little
care.
bit more.
I don't care. I'm
But,
engaged, man. I don't have anybody to worry about.
I'm not. And this is going to chase anybody. Anyways, like I walked outside today, let my dogs out. I mean, it was my day off. I did some chores around the house. You know, I turned on another podcast I was just listening to in the background while I was doing my chores. And then I opened up the back door pretty full, let the dogs out so they can run in and out as they want. Walked outside and I was like, man, this is a beautiful day. Oh my God, it's really nice out. So I just hung out on the back porch and some stuff did start to come to me.
Did you write it down?
No. Because back neighbor let their dog out, and so all my dogs started rushing the fence and barking and acting all crazy, so I had to break them all up. So, and then I lost the moment.
Of course, that's usually what happens. So
It was the ultimate distraction. 3 dogs barking at a fence and watching little Ruby trying to like scratch her way through a fence.
little rat dog.
I love that dog though. She's so comfy.
Is she?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever got her to actually sit with me.
So if I'm laying on the couch, there are times that she'll just kind of bury, like if I'm laying on the couch, she'll get between the back cushion and me and just kind of like burrow. And she's just like this warm little fuzzball that is kind of comforting. And then Luna comes by, jumps on my belly, and everything's ruined. Dumb dog.
Also adorable.
More annoying. I love all 3 of the dogs, but no, they can be annoying.
They're dogs. They're supposed to be annoying.
Oh man, I really wish. So I was leaving the other day, right? And this is the kind of howling I want them to do when I'm playing, because I opened the door, closed it, locked it, and then I just hear this. They were all crying, so I had to unlock the door. I'm like, go lay down, just to get them to quiet. I was like, why can't you do that when I'm playing the guitar and I want you to howl and sing with me?
I think what you need to do is, once I get you that waterproof audio recording device, set that up, hit record, leave, and lock the door so that we can actually record them howling, and we can use that in a song.
I don't want to do that.
I think it would be awesome.
I don't want to do that because I think if I left it recording all day, I'm going to hear some things on there.
No, you go back and turn it off. You just leave it recording long enough to get them howling.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't think it's gonna last long enough to record all day.
What kind of gift is that, Bear? You're not going to get me that kind of memory?
No. You can buy your own damn SD card.
Damn, cold-hearted.
Ooh, if we get a digital one that's also waterproof, we could go do some ghost adventures. Get some EVPs.
Ooh, we're moving into a
Yeah.
whole different kind of inspiration
Dude,
there.
that is no, it's totally another inspiration though. I just wish I could write around it
What do you mean? Why can't you?
because it's so cheesy.
As far as what?
Well, because well, we were talking about it before we started recording tonight. I'm fascinated by ghosts and mysteries and conspiracy theories and
People in the middle of the earth.
oh, that's hilarious. I don't believe that one, but it is fascinating to me because there is groups of people that believe these things and wholeheartedly believe them. The problem is that when I try to write about those things, I either end up making fun of those groups of people, which I don't want to do. As funny as it could be, it's not the direction that I want to go with my music.
See,
right?
and I think the situation is that look at the one song that everybody knows by now because it's one of the ones that we record and do the most of is Soulless. I mean, look
Yeah.
at what that is surrounded by, like the situation that's surrounded by.
Yes.
So,
yeah,
I mean,
supernatural kind of deal, and the devil and selling your soul, which I
think it's the way that you play into it. You can still use it as inspiration, but it's just
it's something that I struggle with because I would love to use those types of things as inspiration and write a fun song, but the direction that my own personal writing has been going, and then our writing together has been going, it doesn't fit.
it could fit. I think,
But it doesn't. A lot of the stuff that we've been writing, whether it's individually or together, has been very personal and has been very focused on life and our past experiences and our current situations, and maybe even the direction that we want to go. But everything has been focused around us, and so when I try to write those types of songs, for one, they tend to kind of bleed in that direction, which isn't the direction I want to go. Like bleed back towards the writing about our current situations or past experiences or whatever, which isn't the direction I want those songs to go. I want them to tell a story, like Soulless does.
it's possible. And again, I think this goes back to the way we were writing before. Is we would start something, we would really get into it. The one that we started in the garage last Wednesday, the one that we did record that little lick of because we liked the way it started to sound, was that little riff that I was playing, and then we tossed on some lyrics to it. You've got it on your phone. I know
do.
you recorded it, but
We recorded it last Wednesday,
yeah, we recorded it this past Wednesday in your garage when we were jamming out.
and we had lyrics.
We had the first almost verse of it.
Were we drinking? I don't remember. I don't remember that at all.
Look it up. Look it up.
All right.
Because we recorded it. It was that one little lick. I can't even remember what the opening was.
I have no idea, man. Like
It was you. You came up with the first lick, and then we just kept rolling with that. And you're like, oh well, it can go like this. And then you're like, oh well, I'm gonna record you playing. So it's a video.
It's a video?
Yeah, it's a video because you wanted me to play and sing it at the same time.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, so this is gonna sound terrible.
All
But
right.
this is my point: is that we always get into that situation where we don't finish a full song while it's fresh in our head, and the juices are flowing. We're inspired by something at that moment to get that, but we don't finish.
In all fairness, though,
We don't follow it through.
But in all fairness, we were when we were recording stuff in the garage. Was it last week?
Yeah, it was last week, dude.
We were also trying to actually practice our set list and then add another song onto our set list. So
the mentality
it was just, let's get this down so we can revisit it so that we can continue on with the music that we do have.
And that's
right?
the problem, is that we do that, and this is how we've been ending up with all these half songs for so long, is we're just not committing ourselves to finishing it up when we're inspired and have it in our head. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So
There should be a video of me playing the guitar and singing at the same
yeah, there's two though.
time. Really?
Yeah.
There's
So
a-
I don't know which one it
we'll
is.
turn that down because it's
Hang
going to sound
on.
like crap.
Hang on. Shit, I gotta find it again.
It's a new phone, man. You should have this thing like super
What's the
organized.
problem? It's not organized. What part of my life is organized?
Never mind.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is the last thing we recorded.
It should have been the last thing
Okay. Let's see.
because it was that one riff I just kind of was like playing around with.
All right. Hang on.
Yeah, it's this one.
I don't remember this.
There we go.
Oh yeah, I do remember this.
Oh my God, Bear, you're
Because we argued about the second line.
yeah. Like we always do. We argue about everything. Yeah, we just wanted to record it.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's my point, is that we had it at that moment. You actually threw out that first, I'm heading down the wrong road.
And
You,
then-
you were the one that had that while I was playing the
Yeah,
riff that I had been
yeah,
playing
and
most of the
then-
night. And then we were just like, well, let's just go ahead and record it. We'll put a pin in it, and we'll save it for another day. We got to stop doing that. We just need to go with what we have.
Well, but we have to set nights for that, though. It can't be a, hey, let's practice and let's get our set list down. I mean, we've got 10 songs that we want to have for our set list.
I know.
And so in the middle of that set list, when we're goofing, you can't go, oh, well, let's write a song.
No,
It-
and
it
that's
takes,
there's
it
a
takes
different
away from the practice
there's
side
a
of
difference.
it, right?
Yeah, no, and I understand that takes away from the practice side. But if we both are on that train of thought where you looked at me, said that lyric, you looked excited, you actually were
Yes.
excited.
Yeah, no, I was, and I'm now excited again. I told you, it's
See?
always new to me.
God, I hate your memory. But that's my point, is that when we have that moment of inspiration for something new, we just need to roll with it, because when we were doing that, when we first started writing music together, we would finish full songs.
Yeah.
And then I understand we're trying to do a practice, and yes, we will get the practice done. But if we have something new and we're both kind of digging it and into it, we need to finish it right then and there.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Did you just agree with me?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll go with it.
And on that note, I'm out of beer. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna end the episode right there with you agreeing with me. I'm down with that.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm out of beer too, so
Well,
I guess that's it. Yeah,
this has been an interesting episode.
it has been. This is a little all over the place, but
Well, I mean, I think we stayed on topic.
for the most part, yeah. Well, hey, just to remind y'all, you can like, comment, and follow us on Facebook, so make sure you do that. Once again, my name's Bear,
I'm Michael the Wolfman Hart.
and this is
Bear Heart.